Hey guys, thank you so much for following us on episode 3 of Connecting with the Capital District. Today we are filming at the Daily Grind on Lark Street. We're going to be filming Gillis Business Consultant, and we're really excited to get the show ready because it's going to be very interesting. So get ready for an episode filled with coffee and learning more about Brittany Gillis and her business. So thank you so much. Stay tuned and get ready for an exciting episode. All right, guys. Hey guys, thank you so much for following us on our 3rd episode of Connecting with the Capital District. Today we have Brittany Gillis from Gillis Business Consultant. We're looking forward to learn more about her business, learn more about what she's doing in the community, and learn more about how she's helping her clients succeed. So without further ado, Brittany, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Thank you so much for coming on our 3rd episode. First question I have for you is, how are you working with the Capital District to impact businesses, as well as what type of service are you in?
Well, thank you for having me on. It's been a pleasure. So I offer small business consulting. Generally, that's a wide spectrum. I work with a lot of different businesses as far as contractors and salons and startups on any level. So most companies starting within a year, they don't realize it, but they need a consultant, otherwise known as an advisor. And I enjoy specializing in strategic consulting and operational consulting and the small business startup consulting. So with the strategic consulting, it's pretty intense for somebody that's starting a business and they know that they have a good product or that this is a good market that they're in, but they don't know how to target their market. They don't exactly realize who they're targeting. So I enjoy the strategy of building up a company to get right in the face of their audience. So that is one of the things that I enjoy doing. But what inspired me to do this was the inspiration of others, like yourself. You are an inspiring business entrepreneur, owner of Maxwell Home Inspection, and companies like yours kind of stir the pot for somebody in my profession because I see the motivation that you have and it stirs me up to get excited too.
It's awesome. I really appreciate that answer. I think that really breaks down more about your business, and your inspiration inspires me. I think it inspires pretty much all the other business owners within the Capital District to be better.
Yeah. So it's a new venture for some to see what a consultant provides and what we are all about. And my firm, we are still building up. The more clients we take on, the more help and consultants and virtual assistants that we acquire. And what I realized is that a lot of people don't understand what a consultant does. They may look at our firm as a big secretarial firm, and but there's more to it. Even though I hire out to cover a lot of phone calls and things like that for my clients, but I also make sure that the business owner succeeds. So on top of us helping them grow, we also assist them in implementing goals that they have already had but didn't realize they can reach sooner.
So Brittany, that was a really good answer that you just gave us. I really appreciate your breakdown. With that being said, moving forward, how does your work impact the Capital District?
So working in the Capital District, I'm able to connect business owners to each other. For example, it would be more beneficial for the Capital Region if we were to work with graphic designers that are within our global reach, somebody that you can go and sit down and meet with for coffee versus sending emails trying to explain your idea. Another example would be finding a small printing company versus going to Vistaprint. Vistaprint is so branded in our minds, but what about people in our community that are trying to build up their business and help others around them.
Definitely. And I think with that being said, to kind of further expound on that, or actually to bring it kind of more in your hemisphere, so how does your work impact the people around you?
Okay, so in our community, I see that the hiring employees and employees looking for work has been like a crisis, a very quiet crisis,
Yeah.
but it's happening. I've come across a lot of business owners that are very hesitant to get into hiring employees, whether it be dealing with New York State's tax laws and trying to understand what they would have to do. It just seems so overwhelming because you have to consider workers' comp, extra insurance, do I offer benefits? And my company helps that process become a lot more smoother, and we take a lot of the burden and the stress off of getting employees into the company, which is ultimately helping you grow, because the more hands you have on deck, the more work that can be done. Another thing would be helping the community find jobs that are closer to home and are more in the range of their peers. I have classmates that I see that are starting businesses or getting inspired by starting their own business, and it would be more beneficial to work with somebody that you know, a familiar face, somebody within your age group, instead of considering, you know what, I need a new job, let me go to Walmart. Why not shop around within the small business realm of getting a good job, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to open that up to this area so that people can go to the small business owner first versus going to a big corporate job, because we want to see small businesses thrive and begin to expand.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. I think, you know, with all things being considered, what you're doing is you're working as a conduit to see small businesses flourish, and I think that's beautiful. I think with that being said too, it's important with your work to be able to work with small businesses, because a lot of small businesses, they don't know the different steps that it takes to be able to be successful with respect to hiring employees.
Yeah.
I knew when I first hired my first employee, I was very nervous, I was very skeptical, I didn't know how to be able to get from point A to point B with respect to the taxes, workers' comp, etc. And with your help, you know, I was able to actually hire my first employee, which is amazing. And I think it's going to be really good for you to be able to connect with more people in the Capital District and help other people find out different ways to scale and grow their business to really be able to effectuate change, time freedom, to be able to actually enjoy their businesses.
Yeah, I agree, and I enjoy doing it all. And another issue that comes up in my field is that sometimes I'm not able to help the business owner until it's kind of too late. The shoulders are already heavy and they want to hire somebody, but only if I were able to help them before it got to that point. You know, how much lighter would the load have been? So that is something that I am now tapping into, finding the people that need help before they really need the help, you know?
Exactly, and I think it's important because a lot of times business owners, they think they can do everything by themselves. I'm sure you see that a lot.
No way.
Yeah, and it's very, like, I respect the hustle, I respect the grind. I'm a big advocate on Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, a lot of other business, you know, entrepreneurs, spokesmen. And what I think, with that being said, I think no man is an island, and I think nobody can do it all by themselves. And when you first start a business, you want to be able to obviously do everything. Yeah. But as you kind of grow more in your business, you want to be able to actually have a bookkeeper, which is something that you guys do, bookkeeping.
We offer that.
You need a business plan, which some of you guys do.
Yes, we offer that.
As well as you have to have a roadmap, which is a business plan. But, you know, furthermore, whether it be even having a VA, somebody that can actually help you with secretarial duties, and so on and so forth. And I think that as a business owner, that's something that people don't think about. Yeah. And like you said, when it comes down to the nitty gritty, like bookkeeping and taxes, it's one of those things where a business owner can kind of hit a roadblock.
Yeah.
And it's something that they can get overwhelmed, like you said. So I think it's very important for them to actually be able to, you know, reach out to you or reach out to anybody who can actually help them in their business early on, before they get too overwhelmed
Yeah.
and before the door is shut.
That's true. That's true. And another hot topic is that we have a lot of people that are graduating and they're seeing that the profession or the studies that they went for, they may have a change of heart. And for example, my father, he had maybe 6 different careers, and I remember finding out, like, Dad, you were a jeweler, you were a taxi driver, all these different things, and I'm cracking up. And then now, as I grow up and I'm an adult, I'm like, he was smart, because why limit yourself to stay in one area for a majority of your life? You know, follow your ambitions.
Yeah, that's true. So to kind of get deeper into your business, so what is your preferred type of client? Like, what's a client that that you actually are looking for with somebody that you feel like you can help best?
So my preferred type of client boils down to their personality. How willing are they to learn? How willing are they to expand? It's not so much as what they do or the business they want to start. It's how big are you going to dream? And are you going to put your boots on and be willing to go out and get dirty and go out and meet people? And you know, there's a type of personality that a business owner must have to be able to grow and really take over the market that they are hoping to pursue. There are some business owners that are content with growing and scaling up to about 10 employees working in this area, and they're content. And if that's the goal, we will try to reach that goal as quickly as possible while having a strong foundation built. But I see that New York is just a huge melting pot of people, individuals with good ideas. I haven't met a dull person since I've sat down for consulting meetings. I haven't. I mean, the ideas are endless, and it all ties down to how hard are you willing to work to get to that end goal.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's good that you don't limit yourself to a certain type of demographic for clients. I think it's great that you pretty much are, you're accepting of all clients as long as they're willing to be able to, get their boots, strapped up, and then willing to actually put the work in, because your service is only as good as their effort that they put in. And I think that's something that people don't understand, is that it's a team effort, and both parties have to build together.
That's true.
So, with that being said, so what's the biggest obstacle that you think that you face being a small business consultant within the Capital District?
The biggest obstacle would be individuals not believing in themselves. I've worked with a lot of people, I've sat down with a lot of people that have had a huge dream, and then when they went home and talked to family and friends, they were discouraged. And what I want people to know is that the goals and desires that you have for your business is all that you need. There's nobody that can take that away or beat it down, because eventually you're going to come right back around to those goals and desires that you have to start your business or to make it even more successful. So that's the biggest obstacle, getting people out of their own head, I guess you could say. I really don't know how to label that, but the biggest obstacle is telling people or convincing people to believe in themselves.
Yeah, no, that's definitely that's something that you wouldn't think about necessarily, because you would think that most people would be open and willing to be able to receive the help that you give, but it kind of seems that a lot of times people are in their own way, and they have to be able to obviously take your advice constructively, because you're helping them, but a lot of times people don't understand that sometimes they're one of the biggest problems in their businesses.
Yeah, and most of the time they assume that it's their finances. Your finances are not the problem, because there are homeless that are making more money a day than some of us, So finances are not the issue. It's how hard are you willing to work?
Yeah, and honestly, that's something that I've had to look to myself introspectively and say, how hard am I willing to work? And am I willing to really put the work in? And that's something that I think every business owner in the Capital District should ask themselves. So with that being said, to transition the conversation, what are some of the favorite hobbies or things you like to do in the Capital District?
Oh my gosh, besides eating, there's always somewhere to go and have a bite that, it's not common in your backyard. So I would say the festivals.
Okay.
The festivals I absolutely love. I like just being able to go and sit down at a park that's in like a busy area, but somehow it's still peace and quiet there.
Yeah.
So I like getting out. I like getting out and getting active.
It's good. So what's one of the favorite places you like to eat?
Well, yesterday I had just went to Bountiful Bread,
Okay.
and I think it is climbing up to be one of my favorite places because I like bread,
Yeah.
especially fresh bread.
Who's like carbs, right?
Yeah, I know. I like carbs. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, I work hard, so hopefully those carbs burn off.
Yeah. So this is a really good interview. It's been a pleasure learning more about Gillis Business Consulting, or Gillis Business Consultant.
Yes.
And with that being said, I think to kind of wrap everything up and bring it home, one last question for you. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. So what way can the Capital District connect with you?
Well, you can reach me on social media.
Okay.
I have a Facebook page. I have a website, www.gbc.work.
Okay.
Ironically, .work. And they could email, call me, you know, either way, any way you can reach me, I'm more than open to receive any inquiries about consulting.
Okay. And I lied. Actually, I have one more part to that question.
Okay.
So tell me a little bit more about your services. Like, what services do you offer? Let's just say if I'm a small business, I'm looking to get started, I'm looking to just dive into your services, and I just wanted just to direct everything to you. So what services do you offer?
So, depending on the company, my services are kind of catered and custom to the needs of the business. But generally, I would help the business owner narrow down on what they're spending. So the bookkeeping will tie into budgeting. And after we get a handle on the budget, and we understand where the money's going and how much is coming in, then we can put that towards goals. So business goals and personal goals. And we want to see the business owner do the best that they can in the life and the business that they're building up. So what I would do is then structure out plans for each one of those avenues, for the business to scale up and for the personal. But more on the business side, I will assist them in anything that ties into their marketing consulting, making their day-to-day job easier. So it really doesn't, I can't really put a finger on what I offer. It all depends on what the client needs.
Okay.
There are a lot of businesses that are doing really good during the warmer months, but during the winter months, they need something to do. So we also have plans set up for the winter months, so that way they can stay busy and get ready for the busy season again. But one thing that my company will be starting to launch is a rebrand and refresh.
Wow.
It's called Rebrand and Refresh, and it's just helping the companies that have been open for 20 years, helping them to be able to jump into the game with modern social media and modern marketing going on. So our company is just starting to get our feet wet there. We're pulling in different people, and we're adding to the team and building to the team to give companies a rebrand and a refresh.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. I think it's going to be great to see that being rolled out.
Thank you.
Your business really inspires me, and it really energizes me. Just hearing about what you do in the capital region, I think it's going to be very good for business owners. And you've already been able to create positive change, and you know, been able to help a wide amount of business owners already. And I think with that being said, I'm very excited to see what 2020 has for you guys.
I'm excited too. Thank you.
And I think I'm also excited to see other businesses being able to, you know, be affected by what you guys are doing.
Yes.
So thank you so much for being a part of this episode, and we're looking forward to see you guys rocking in 2020.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
All right. Guys, thank you so much for following us on another episode of Connected with Capital District. We had Brittany Gillis on today from Gillis Business Consulting. We filmed at the Daily Grind on Lark Street. We're looking forward to an awesome series. Episode 4 will be coming out very shortly. If you want to learn more about the series, feel free to go to Facebook and search the Capital District New and Growing Professionals on that Facebook page. You'll learn more about what we're doing in the Capital Region. And with that being said, we'll see you on the next episode. All right, guys. Bye.